which is managing stress through mind, body, and spirit. This, I should be a living example because I'm better in person than on Zoom. So let's see how Janel applies these concepts. So what I plan, I'm more an experiential educator, but we're going to start out, and I'll just say what the agenda is. So we're going to just lay some foundation with some background on what's happening in your body when you are experiencing stress and what is chronic stress. But my favorite part is going over tools and then putting them into practice. So if I zoom through the first part, literally, I was like, let's get to what Janel loves. And I hope that you'll enjoy this. I feel like I have a real treat at the end. We're going to do a guided imagery. And so I hope you're all in a really comfortable space. Lighting is good. I will share with Devora all the handouts. So if you're a note taker, I sure am. Perfect. But otherwise, I have a handout from the Mayo Clinic that pretty much summarizes what I'll be talking about. So should we get started? Just give a thumbs up. Okay, so let's go on. I'm going to ask any of you that would like to come off mute. How do you feel something like an orange can be used as a stress management tool? It's something you'll be thinking about throughout the presentation. I'm going to loop around and we'll address that, but I like to get some input before we start. Anybody have any ideas? How could something as simple as an orange be used as a stress management tool?
Could use it to massage your back against a wall.
Okay, excellent.
Gently.
Gently. That's a great one. Anybody else?
Yes, you can try to
Let's
be
go on.
mindful as you're eating it.
Yeah. We're gonna live an experience through this simple tool that most people have at their access. We'll go on. I hope you like my fancy presentation. My secretary just like got it going for me. She's 25 and wow, stuff is gonna drop out of the sky and all that for you here. So stress basically is the body's protective alarm system. It's programmed when you're feeling either a real or imaginative stress, that the alarm kicks in and it provides everything you need for a quick physical response. And the stressor itself is very individual. So what may send that alarm off in my life may look very different from what you might respond to. So it's important to take inventory of what sets your alarm off. Okay, that's a beginning point. All right, so just the physiology behind it, right? When the alarm is going off, it's like the gas pedal in your car. And what's happening is you start breathing more shallow, more quickly, and the body's smart. That's to conserve oxygen. Your bloodstream is flooded with stress hormones, including, most people are familiar with adrenaline, but also cortisol. Adrenaline gets your heart pumping and gets your blood pressure increasing, so you can respond quickly. And the cortisol, what it does is it communicates to the area of your brain that responds to fear, mood, and motivation. Additionally, cortisol is very strong hormone because it sends a message to increase the glucose that is available to you. Glucose is blood sugar, and that allows you that quick energy to flee. Example from in the old days, caveman days, the predator. In addition, cortisol quiets the digestive system. It's like puts it on the back burner, and your immune system. It just says your second priority, I'm working on the fight or flight response, which is really intended to support that burst of energy. So when we think of chronic stress, it's pretty present in our modern day world. And that's where the gas pedal is constantly being pushed. You're accelerating, and often we don't even realize it. But what I'd like to think about is that when that's happening, chronic stress in our lives, the body is still responding like there's a physical emergency that we need to tend to. So our modern day stressful situations do not really need that adrenaline and that cortisol surge. So this can be, so your mind is kind of tricky. It can be a real threat, or it can be something perceived, which your mind can play tricks, and an imagined stress. The body doesn't know the difference. It doesn't distinguish between something that you're imagining or that's triggering a stress response and a physical stressor. So when we look at the impact of chronic stress, the things that just immediately come to mind is it can contribute to anxiety, depression, headaches. Your memory can become clouded and concentration off. You can experience digestive problems because that system is on the back burner, and we need that for everyday functioning. And in parallel, if you're experiencing chronic stress, that can prompt digestive problems along with sleep problems, weight gain, heart disease, and high blood pressure. So our job is to learn how to, and I like this slide because we are all zoomed out, including the educators. So we're going to put some tools in our tool chest to uninstall stress in our lives by learning some tools that we have within our control. So here's my fancy slideshow. Oops, I'm going to actually stop sharing if I know how to do that. Okay, it's not happening, but let me just do this. I'm giving my little answers away. That's fine. I'm going to just let them do that. Okay, so my question is, without kind of looking at the screen, what are some things that you have used in your daily life to decompress and kind of put chronic stress on the back burner? Does anybody want to share? What are tools in your tool chest, Joyce? Oops, unmute yourself. Yeah.
Right, from Joyce Logan. First, you got to recognize it.
Right, that's it. So taking inventory, that's the beginning and starting point. So it's important to, because it's very individual, determine what your triggers are. What else? Joyce Burns.
Exercise.
Exercise. And exercise allows the body, super smart, to release endorphins, which are often referred to as happy hormones. So physical activity is really a good way to beat stress. What else? What other things have you used to help with stress?
You know, I think sometimes if you're a reader, reading a book is sometimes nice to just get perspective on life and get out of your own head for a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's a good one. It's kind of an escape where your mind is thinking about the storyline and not everyday life.
especially if you take it in the book into your bathtub and lie there in nice warm water and read
Wow. I'm taking notes here now. Great idea. Woo.
and bring your cup of hot tea or a glass of wine and light a candle.
Love that. That's just, you know, it's wow. We'll talk more about how these tools really call on your inner pharmacy, right? Things that you can have within your body. And a couple of the things, Joyce, that I'm thinking of from the experience you just discussed is you've got sensory, the heat, the warmth of the water, kind of visual. You've got the candle going. You've got taste because you're having tea. So we kind of gravitate towards what really is going to be in our tool chest, really revolves around sensory experiences. So utilizing sight, taste, smell, etc. So that was
Also,
an example.
also touch, if you have a pet, to either pet them or hold them
Yeah,
is
that's
very
good.
comforting.
Therapeutic, right?
And studies have shown it decreases your blood pressure and does other physiologic things.
Right. That's absolutely true. So pets, if you have pets, making sure I've got 3 cats, and when I'm stressed or busy, I just come in the house and like almost ignore them because my mind is running with all the things that I've got on my agenda. And actively pausing, like I've had to set up a plan where I just pause and I take a couple minutes, each of my cats, right, 3 of them, and then just sit with them, and it just changes my whole perspective. So touch,
Right.
mindset sends off happy hormones within your body. So great. We've got, you know, things like a nice relaxing bath, reading, enjoying your pets. What else is in the
I want
toolkit?
to, this is Maria. I want to add music. Music.
Music is
And by
so
the way,
fun.
when you lower your own blood pressure with the pet, it also lowers the blood pressure of the pet.
Yeah. So
Oh, good.
we're not limited to one thing. If we can bombard our sensory, you know, system, it completely shuts down that ability to worry and ruminate on everything we've got in our mind. So we're really, there's so much wisdom within the group, right? I'm here to kind of guide and direct the you know class content, but you are already the teachers, right? We just need to take inventory of these things and put them into our lives if we're not taking the time to do that. Any other? And then we can just kind of go through a list. It's not comprehensive, but some ideas. And then we're going to focus on a few specific ones. Animals, bathing, reading. Okay, so let's look at those. Deep breathing is one that I'm going to focus on. We're actually going to talk about the physiology behind it, and then we're going to practice it. So again, when we come to deep breathing, it's something that goes everywhere you go. So you've already got a pretty good tool in your tool chest. Reframing, I'm going to explain that and kind of go through a 3-part process that you can use in your everyday life. It's like going on vacation for 1 minute to 5 minutes. Music and calming sounds were mentioned. So that's, you know, working on your sense of hearing. And aromatherapy, describe that a little bit more, but that's engaging your sense of smell. Touch, we already kind of discussed here, but that's another sensory input that really distracts you from the stress that you're experiencing. Supportive family and friends. Find out who your tribe is, and then who isn't in your tribe, and know who you want to connect with when you're just kind of on overload. journaling. I will include a handout. I'll give it to Devora, and it really is about stopping, pausing, and writing out what you're grateful for. So research here shows that even if you write it out and you crumble that paper up, because some people are like, I'm not journaling. I don't want my journal to be discovered after, a year by somebody else. So they don't want to journal, but it's equally effective to journal. You're putting your thoughts out. You're letting your thoughts flow. Whether you keep that or you ball it up and put it in the trash, you've had equal therapeutic effect. So I'll have a little handout on that. We already talked about time with pets, guided imagery. We're going to end this talk with that, and I'm going to guide you through that. Art therapy, we'll talk a little bit more about. Art is very powerful. Physical activity came up, you're engaging your happy hormones and benefiting, right, health-wise, heart, blood pressure, all of that. Enjoying nature, lots of visual, lots of sounds, lots of smells, positive self-talk. We need to be really careful because we're listening to ourselves. So being mindful, to be positive, flip something that's half glass full into a full glass. So you're programming good thoughts. Mindful eating, we'll go through an exercise on that. And volunteering, studies have shown good for the heart, good for the health. And very proudly, our hospital, Sequoia Hospital, is bringing back the volunteers just as of this week. And it just provides purposefulness, and we're really excited about that program that we have here. All right, so art therapy, right? Research has shown that adult coloring can be therapeutic for people of all ages, and that it does assist with healing. Okay. It helps us release negative thoughts and emotions. It decreases tension and anxiety. And most of all, it prompts focus, self-awareness, and just taking inventory, right? So I want to share a really special story. I practiced this presentation with my poor staff here at the Health and Wellness Center. Anyway, they were very good crowd. And but one thing that everybody grabbed onto is I provided this actual coloring page as part of my presentation. So I've also provided that to Devora, and colored pencils. And it just went like wildfire. Everybody kind of came back and started coloring at their desks. And then before I knew it, somebody took the lead within our department and posted it in our lunchroom. And now we have like a whole gallery going of different adult coloring. And it just appears when you go into the different offices that we have at any one time various coloring going on with the coloring pencils. Our gallery is growing. And then we just were awarded by Sequoia the Health and Wellness Award for our department. And we profiled the art therapy and how great it's been. It's been a connector for our group here. And I might suggest, Deborah, it's an idea that you might want to do like a enlarged, this is called a mandala, large adult coloring, put it on a community table, put some colored pencils there, and just have your residents pick up the pencils when they feel like it, color it in. It's a community project, and when it's finished, post it somewhere. You need a big enlarger though. But anyway, so fun, and joint project, good connector. Sometimes it beats out the idea of a big puzzle, right? It's something different, and it's very powerful and research based. as a de-stressor.
It's a great idea. We, since everybody lives at their own homes, we could consider bringing this to the in-person events, and then people can continue to draw and connect afterwards. So
Yeah, part of your next coffee connection,
Yeah.
any group gatherings, just have that on a table and a side and invite people to put however they want to put their personal touch on that.
sounds good.
Okay, and touch, it also came up, our body, that's just a collection of molecules that creates energy. And when you are stressed, and especially chronically stressed, that energy just gets blocked in all different areas. And so something like touch, it's evidence-based, impacts the flow of energy within our body. And that was studied under medical imaging, like the before, then the power of touch, and then doing the imaging while that was happening. And there was better energy flow. And so, as kind of corny as it sounds, you might think of starting your day with a self hug. Okay, that's touch, that's pressure, that's a great way to set your day in motion. So massage, holding, a pet, all of that touch is very powerful, whatever that is for you. Now, aromatherapy is also, it has been researched and has been shown. So let's talk about how it works. When you have a scent and you breathe it in, it obviously goes through your nasal passages, so through your nose, into the area of your brain called the olfactory, and that perceives the smell. The piece that a lot of people are not familiar with is it then travels up to what's called your limbic system, which controls your emotion, your mood, your sense of fear. So aromatherapy is very powerful. And just gave examples of, like, lavender is known to be very calming, peppermint, uplifting, energizing, and then things like lemon and orange. So I want to share, this is something I've done for years. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. It's a little tube and it says, breathe me. And what is in here is a combination of scents. And I start my day, it's like sitting right on my computer stand. I put a little drop or two in my hand. I rub it together and I breathe it in for 30 seconds. And then I just release it and I start my day. And we know it's working very heavily on your brain for calming. So I do need to mention, though, that essential oils are the pure oil. They are very effective, but it is not something you want to put on your skin because it's very powerful. It's too strong to be applied to the skin. So this is something, this breathe in, that I got at a special holistic store, and it's okay to do that because it's not essential. But essential oils are powerful. You can put them on a little hot disc. I don't know if any of you have seen the what do they call them? That's blowing the scent into the air. So there's lots of options, but it is all based in science. Yeah, it affects your mind. So deep breathing, just backstory, is you have two arms to your nervous system. One is the sympathetic side, and when that is dominating, your body is in the fight or flight, or the alarm, the gas pedal mode. The parasympathetic, they both kind of exist side by side. If that is dominating, then you are eliciting the relaxation mode, and it allows you to just kind of decompress there. So one way to get that going is by deep breathing. So this is one of the primary things I want us to just take inventory of. It's something, again, that goes everywhere we go. And I find it important enough that we'll go ahead and practice. I have a visual on what deep breathing looks like. Mostly throughout our day, we're at a very more shallow chest breathing. So stopping and the deep breathing brings up the, puts on the brakes, let's just say it that way. So I'm going to add a little thing in here, but okay. So to deep breathe, basically, it's calling on your abdomen to get engaged. So what I would like you all to do, if you can, is just put your hands over your stomach area. And when we inhale, our stomach should go out like a balloon. So this is what it looks like, maybe for a count of 4, whatever your count is, hands on your abdomen. And we're going to go ahead. When we inhale, the belly goes out. So it looks like this. So let's just try that part. So we'll breathe in, hold it. And then when we exhale, it's like the balloon is deflating. The belly just tucks right back in. Okay. And 3 to 5 of these deep breaths call up the parasympathetic relaxation side, and it quiets the fight or flight side of our nervous system. So we're going to use this throughout this next part where we put these skills into action. So just remember the deep breathing in through the nose, the belly goes out. When we exhale, we're exhaling through our mouth, and the balloon or the inflated belly deflates. That's how you deep breathe. Are there any questions about that? No? Okay. So we'll go to that reframe technique. I guess I have to touch these to bring them down. So I haven't shared, but my past experience for the 14 years as a community health nurse was, of course, as an educator, but I had a blood pressure screening program. It was called Wise and Well. And I would go out to older adult centers throughout the community, and I would do blood pressure screening. Profoundly, if I had the person take 3 deep breaths before I took their blood pressure, so I did a little before and afters. The top number is called the systolic. It's when the heart is beating. That number came sailing down at least 10 points just by having a person stop, take some deep breaths, and then I'd measure their blood pressure a second time and we would see it come down. So breathing. Secondly, I invited all of the people coming for screenings with me to go on vacation. They like that idea. And that vacation's like 2 minutes. So what it looks like, this is a very good technique. It's called reframing. And again, it's taking inventory, tuning in, finding out what is our worry right now? What is our anxious thinking? What is bothering us that might be triggering that alarm system? And you greet it. You say, okay, I'm tuned in. I know what that is, and acknowledge it. Okay, the next part is literally, and I find myself closing my eyes and visualizing a roadside stop sign. So I would have this laminated for my blood pressure screening people, and I'd say, let's greet our worry. I want you to close your eyes and visually see a roadside stop sign. And then I want you to move into doing the deep breathing. So we would do those together. I would work with them, and then focus on, so it doesn't always have to be a place. Whatever makes you happy. Like for some people, they would share, I visualize playing with my grandkids. You know, for some, it's going to the beach. Whatever your vision is, you grab that and you accompany it with the breath, the deep breathing, and you just visualize being there. You hear the sounds, you smell the smells, you see the sights, you feel, you know, the whatever might be part of your environment that's your happy place. So I think if you would like, let's just practice this. It'll take 1 to 2 minutes. So I'm sorry if I close my eyes. It's just what I do. So I invite you to close your eyes if you would like, and greet or just take inventory of a worry that you have in your mind right now. Okay, we're going to acknowledge it. Then we're going to move to literally putting a stop sign up. Visualize a roadside stop sign. Okay, sit with that for a minute, and it's saying, put that worry on the side burner for 1 minute. I'm going to give myself a peace of mind. Once you've grabbed hold of the stop sign, visually shift into, let's do 3 deep breaths together. And so what that looks like again is when you inhale through your nose, your belly is going out like a balloon. So I always like to keep my hands on my belly. When you get to the top of that breath, just hold on to it, maybe for a count of 2. And then when you exhale, your belly should deflate and tuck in. And let that out breath go for a little bit longer than your in breath. So let's just take 3 breaths and be thinking about what's your happy experience. So let's go with this. Let's go. You breathe in through your nose and your belly goes out. Inhale. Hold it for a minute or 2, or just count of 2. Blow out through your mouth. And your tummy goes down. Let's do another one. I'm not going to talk you through it. You just do it yourself. Breathe in. I want you to just shift to that happy place, whatever that is for you, and just sit with it. Continue to breathe. That's the little 1 minute vacation. When you're in your happy place, take inventory of all the sensory input. And there again, I would see blood pressures just come plummeting down. We do before, then I'd say, hey, let's do this little reframe, had my little laminate up, and down came the blood pressure. So 1 minute of respite is better than none, right? Okay, back to our orange. All right. One of the things in your tool chest that we do every day is we eat. Okay. So what I want to do is work through just a visualization of mindful eating. And again, it's who I am. I'm going to close my eyes. I encourage you to do the same. And I'm going to just talk you through a mindful eating exercise. So here we go. All right. I want you all to put your hand out and visualize that I've put a little mandarin orange atop your palm. I want you to feel that and the texture of the skin. Just imagine peeling the skin now. and the burst of just citrus smell. Once you've finished peeling it, I want you to visualize eating each segment one by one, placing it on your tongue, letting the taste abound, chewing and finishing your process. We'll go to the next piece of mandarin orange and we'll do the same thing. Place it very mindfully on our tongue, enjoy the taste, and next segment and next segment. Okay. That's something you can practice today. Doesn't have to be an orange, could be anything that you're eating. It could be, you having your lunch today and putting your fork or your spoon down in between each bite and really relishing the food you're eating. Okay, that should never be taken for granted, right? So mindful eating is very powerful, and take that into this next week and maybe practice. See how it goes for you, whatever that is. Okay, so that is in your tool chest. That is very available. That is accessing your inner pharmacy because you are flooding yourself with sensory information and you cannot have a stressful experience while doing that. So put stress on the side burner. Okay, so guided imagery, definitely based in science. Let me go through what that is, and then we're going to finish up. I'm going to guide you through an experience. So again, just like stress, your body doesn't know if it's real or imagined, right? So your mind is so powerful. You can go anywhere you want and you're there. I don't want to minimize how difficult it is to be meditative and not have your monkey mind jumping back and forth, right? Going back to the worry and back to this, right? And back and forth. However, even if it's for a short period of time, guided imagery is amazing. So you're playing off your mind that can't distinguish whether you're there or not. Okay, so positive visual, auditory, tactile images stimulate the brake side of your nervous system called the parasympathetic, and everything slows down. And then evidence has indicated that it has absolutely been used as a tool to manage pain, stress, anxiety, and that's just the beginning. So what we're going to set ourselves up for success, whatever comfortable looks like for you, but I encourage you to put your feet on the ground firmly. You might visualize that it is like a tree trunk growing roots. Okay. Place your hand on your lap, upright, whatever that looks like. I tend to place my hands over my stomach area, just because. And then let's take together 2 to 3 deep belly breaths. So when you're breathing in through your nose, your belly is going out. Hold it, breathe out through your mouth, your belly is deflating. So do that in your own time. Let's go ahead. I'm going to take a pause and I want you to take a couple deep breaths and I will do the same. So breathe in through your nose. Stay comfortable as I read aloud. So I'm going to work you through a relaxation. We've already talked about getting comfortable, setting your feet firmly on the ground, feeling your back touching the chair, relaxing your shoulders. Close your eyes. Now put your attention on the environment around you. What do you see? What do you hear? What do you smell? Let your thoughts flow without judgment. Let them be. Accept them. Bring your attention to your breathing. Deep breathe by slowly inhaling through your nose. Allow your stomach to rise. Pause for a few seconds, then exhale slowly through your mouth, feeling your stomach fall. Feel peace entering your body at every breath. Let tiredness and fatigue leave your body with each exhale. Continue to breathe deeply as we go through this guided imagery. Now imagine a beam of light shining upon you. The bright white light fills all the space and touches your skin gently. It is relaxing and it dispels all signs of fatigue from your body. Let that light inside of every breath. Let the light come through your nose every time you inhale. Feel the light filling your chest and expanding in your lungs. Feel the light pumping out from your chest to all your body at every heartbeat. Listen to the sound of your heart. Rest your attention on your heart. Your heart is the center of your chest, the place where love resides, the point from where your feelings flow to reach others and out to the world. Let the light shine from your heart out to the world. And give thanks for the love you give and the love you receive, for this happiness fills your heart. Feel the light reaching your head, filling every cell, warming your face, your cheeks, your eyes, your lips. Feel the warmth and the light in your ears, your hair, your neck. Rest your attention on your eyes, your ears, your lips, your tongue inside your mouth, your nose, and your cheeks. And give thanks to your senses that allow you to discover the world, that allow you to enjoy the pleasures of the world. Let the light come back to your chest and feel it warming up your back, your spine, all the way to your hips. Feel the light coming down from your chest to your belly. Feel your navel, the center of your body. Rest your attention on it for a while. Feel it moving up and down with your breathing. Let the light fill you up inside, make you feel alive, pulsating, relaxing. Now feel the light coming down to your hips. Feel your hips touching the chair, sinking on the cushion, comfortable. The warm light reaches your thighs and runs down to your knees, your calves, your ankles, and your feet. Let your legs relax at the touch of the light. Feel your feet touching the floor. Feel your soles and each one of your toes. Rest your attention on your feet for a moment. They have taken you so many places. They are tireless, strong, dependable. Feel the light warming up your feet and give thanks for the marvelous gift that they are. Give thanks for all the walks, the dances, the hiking, the jumping, and biking that they have allowed you to enjoy. Now move your attention back up to your knees, your thighs, your hips, your belly, and your chest. Feel the light reaching out from your chest to your neck, your shoulders, your arms, your elbows, forearms, wrists, and hands. Feel warm light reaching your palms and your fingers. Rest your attention on your hands. They are the instrument we use to transform our world. They work very hard every day. We use our hands to express our love, our care, our creativity, to help others, to soothe, to heal, to cook, to write, to say hello, and to say goodbye. Give thanks for all we manifest through our hands. Now feel the light coming back up from your hands to your forearms, your elbows, your shoulders, and to your chest. Bring your attention to your breathing. Feel the air coming in and out of your chest slowly in a profound rhythmic motion. Feel the light pulsating in your chest. Bring your attention to your surroundings. Listen to the noises around you. Let the world come back in. Keep your eyes closed for a minute. And when you're ready, finally, slowly, open your eyes. Welcome back. So how about just a little input on how you experience that guided imagery? Any comments?
Beautiful.
Thank you. And there are all kinds of tapes. Health Journeys is one of sites where you can get these guided imageries. They have ones, it's so profound in healing. For example, chemotherapy, they have a vision of a fountain flowing through your body and these kinds of things. So this is how it's being used in medicine. But just guided imagery can help with depression, stress management, getting through just difficult times with chronic illnesses. And I highly encourage you, if it felt like it worked for you, to find resources that you can just listen to and then drift. So let me go on. If I may, I want to share this quote. Wellness is the complete integration of your body, your mind, and your spirit. The realization that everything we do, that we think, we feel, and believe has an effect on your state of well-being. So I invite you all to access your inner pharmacy and put some of these tools in your tool chest to work. Next slide. And are there questions? Any questions for me?
Don't have a question, but I would say you have presented things in such a clear, simple, easily managed, everyday way that it's beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you for coming and making it a priority. You're already off to a good beginning. Everybody that's here, you recognize that these tools are important and you have a lot within your power. So thank you. Any other comments or questions? And again, I'll be leaving a couple tools with you, with Devora. I'm not so savvy how to add them to the chat. I'm going to work on that, but for now, I'll send attachments. And if you're interested, then we can get those printed out.
Janelle, in the chat, we have the stress management from Mayo Clinic, the Happy List Journal, and the Mandala PDF.
Yeah, those are the three.
Okay,
And
good.
I hope you'll print them out. And I thank you.
Great.
And I thank Devora for inviting me and prioritizing. I threw, some different topics that I like to speak about. And she grabbed a hold of this one, and it looks like it was well received and you enjoyed it. Yes, Joyce Burns.
Yes, Devora, I tried to click on to the link in the chat,
Yeah.
and it said this download might affect your computer.
I don't know about
Maybe
that.
maybe it should be sent a different way, or maybe it's just my computer.
Which one did it say that?
The first one. So I didn't even bother going to the second one.
Okay. The first one was a website, I think, and maybe that's why. The other two are PDFs. So maybe it's saying it's going to take you to, maybe I can just find that web page and put it in instead of making it. I just forwarded it the way it was, but I think I can probably
It
click
goes
on
to
it.
the Mayo Clinic.
PDF with the handout. But the other thing I could do, since you're meeting in person next time, I could make 15 to 20 copies of the three tools and mail them to you if you'd like, Devora.
Oh, that's really nice. I'm sure people would appreciate that, but I also feel like we can solve this by me just clicking on it and then giving you guys let me find that page, the link. But yeah, that's probably an extra incentive for people to come in person. So we'll take you up on that.
Not a problem.
Okay.
They're like 1 and 2 page things. So what I'm going to do, I will go ahead and photocopy 20 of them. You can put them out next time at your in-person.
Great.
Hopefully all of you will attend and you'll get a copy.
Wonderful.
I'll send them to you, Devora.
Okay, sounds good.
And
I do
Devora, this is
follow-up
I
evaluation.
also see that potential security issue detected.
Okay.
I
So-
think my gut feeling is that anytime you're accessing like a location or a site, they ask you, do you trust this source, right?
Right.
That's
Right,
a
that's
Mayo
what it looks
Clinic link. But I think in all due respect with the world events going on, that we are cautious and we just don't click on the link, and I'll just get you the hard copies
Okay.
of the handout.
I opened it and it went right to the Mayo Clinic under stress management. It wasn't anything scary.
All
All right.
right.
Well, thanks, Janelle. And I think we will take you up on your offer to meet in person in the future. So, yeah, this was wonderful. I feel much more relaxed. And I look forward to the next opportunity that we have to enjoy your presentations.
Thank you. And I appreciate the very forgiving audience as well. This is not my first choice to do over the computer, but it is what we have and we did it. So
You did great.
thank you. All right.
Yeah.
Appreciate
All
it.
right.
Goodbye,
Thank you.
everybody. Have a great day.
Bye.